Hey guys, welcome to Thunderbolt Gamers. On today's show, we're going to go over the very best of the best pro controllers for your Switch. So the question is always asked, what is the best pro controller for your Nintendo Switch? This is a question I've been bothered with the whole time I've had the Switch. As I started playing Fortnite and using the Switch to do that, I realized quickly that you could not use the Switch attached controllers. That was not going to work. You also could not use the very well made pro controller from the Switch. This is the one that Nintendo actually makes and is an amazing controller. The only problem is it doesn't have the buttons on the back, which are absolutely critical to games like Fortnite, Call of Duty, Doom, anything like that. This controller is an amazing controller, honestly, and if this had the buttons on the back, I would choose this all day, every day, because it is a great controller for your Nintendo Switch. However, Nintendo did have some other options, and that first option is the Power8 Pro Controller. Now, you guys have seen the video I did on this before. I like this controller. I love this company. They're doing really cool designs now. It has the buttons on the back. This controller is not very expensive. It ranges between $38, I think, and $50. To me, this is a great option, and Nintendo actually puts their logo on this. However, they actually don't make it. It's made by Power8. Now, since I've had this is my third controller. There were issues with the original two you guys probably saw in the videos. However, their support there at Power8 is amazing. In fact, they had me just keep the controller and they sent me a brand new one each time. So they are doing a really good job at standing by their product, standing by the quality. It's a light controller. It's not really, I wouldn't call it like made really well. It's kind of cheap and feels cheap and like thin, but again, you're saving a lot of money. It's not a very expensive controller and it gives you the buttons on the back. I wouldn't say the sticks are that great on it. They're kind of, you know, low cost sticks. They're not real nice like a PlayStation 1 or something, but it is a great option. It's definitely my top tier of controllers. Now, the funny thing about the Switch is, if you find the right devices, you could use anything. And if you use the Mayflash Magic NS, this adapter will allow you to use pretty much any controller on the Switch, and that is a big deal because now it opens the door to PlayStation controllers, Xbox controllers, and so forth. So a lot of great options here if you use this amazing tool. You will be wired. It does have a wireless capability, but from the testing I did, the wireless didn't always work, so I just plugged it into this and it worked great. Now there is another one in the industry here. It's called the 8-bit do, and it looks like this. This one I wasn't a fan of because it doesn't have a plug to plug in. You have to be only wireless with this, but technically it allows you to use other controllers as well. It's not my first or foremost one. I prefer the Magic NS one. So what that did is really open my eyes to other ideas. Number one, you can use a straight Xbox controller, PlayStation controller. This doesn't really help you. You might as well just use the Pro controller from Nintendo instead of use this. Now, if you're used to this controller and you like it, that's fine. I get it. Okay, but again, it doesn't have the buttons on the back. Doesn't really help you. So we're going to exclude that. Then you have the Beaver Battle Customs controller. So they take a PlayStation or Xbox controller and they add the buttons on the back. As you can see here, this controller is awesome because it gives you that ability, right? Price-wise, not the best. So they start around $140, going upwards of $200, depending on the trigger stops you decide to do. But my issue with Beaver Battle is they're good people. They absolutely took care of any issues I had with ordering and canceling and asking questions and all that. But their lead time's absolutely ridiculous. Like, stupid lead time, like 2 months to get a controller. I mean, come on, guys. Like, you know, you're trying to sell something, you can't have a 2-month lead. You just can't do that. I spent $200 and you tell me, you know, $200 on a controller and you tell me you haven't even gotten to those orders yet and I can cancel. I mean, it's just craziness. So to me, that's not good business. They're gonna have to fix that. They have great customer service. They're good people doing great things with this, but they just don't have it when it comes to lead time. So what I did is I looked around a little bit more and I found the Xbox Elite controller. Now this is the Series 1. This thing is killer. Like, I've tried everything. Now, I tried the Nikon, I tried the Astro C40. The Astro actually will not work with this device on the Nintendo Switch. Don't waste your time with it. That controller will not work and you cannot use it, so don't waste your time buying it. But the Astro actually failed me on the PlayStation as well, so I don't recommend using that one. But this one here, to me, is the winner. This is, right now, it's priced so well because around $140 because they have a new Series 2 coming out, which allows you to adjust the triggers more. But this Series 1 still does all that amazing stuff. It has trigger stops. It has 4 paddles on the back, so you have 4 different options which you can take on and off simply by just pulling it out. You don't even have to use it if you want to use it on your Xbox normally. But with this conversion kit, I can put it right on my Nintendo Switch, which makes it a great deal. And at $140, this is top quality product right here. This is just as good or not doing better than the Beaver, because if I get this Battle Beaver or a Scuff controller, you're at $200 for 4 buttons on the back. This $140 is an Xbox controller. If you like the Xbox layout, this is dynamite for you in the Switch. Now, Switch copies this layout pretty much anyway with their Pro Control, so it just makes sense to do the Xbox one. And at the price these are going for right now, because of the new Series 2, it's a steal. And the quality's great. You get the Microsoft warranty on it, and it works on your Switch. So to me, there's no better one to get. This is my top choice right now in 2019. If I was picking a Pro Controller, I wouldn't even get the Series 2. I'd get the Series 1 because of the price point. Now, that being said, you can get almost 3 of the Power8s for the price of this, so I get it, but there are huge differences. This is not made with any sort of quality compared to this. Big difference in controllers, but it depends on what you can afford. So thanks for watching, Thunderbolt Gamers. We hope you learned something today. When you're using your Switch, make sure you definitely move into one of these type controllers for your gaming, especially on Fortnite. Me and the kids are having a good time playing with these kind of controllers and winning a lot more games than we normally would, because we can make that jump and because we can do it. So we'll see you next time. Make sure you subscribe, like, and thanks for watching.